Hello, I'm MarkeeDragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and today I've got Rob with me, who's the managing director. Is it of Bigpoint or just of Battlestar Galactica?
Just a Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. So for Battlestar Galactica, you've actually got you've done quite well.
Yes.
So what kind of numbers are we looking at?
Well, in the first 3 weeks of the open beta launch of the game, we've managed to acquire 500,000 registrations into the game.
So 500,000.
500,000 new players coming in and enjoying the Battlestar experience.
That's excellent. Now this isn't like number of copies sold or anything, because it's a free to play.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's a lot of people to shoot at.
That is a lot of people to shoot at. And
well, in fact, now I know you're headed towards something coming up here.
I am, yeah. Basically, we're in the game, and I'm playing with a very high-level ship. This is a Tier 3 Cylon ship.
He plays a lot. So, and that's a good sign, because if the people making the game don't play the game, there's a problem.
Absolutely. You know, all the way through, you know, the development phase and through the live phase of the game, it's important that everybody on the team plays the game. So, you know, I'm in here, I've got quite high-level characters, I've got low-level characters, so that we can make sure we're creating a fun experience at every layer throughout the game. But I'm in here, you know, killing colonial ships as fast as I can with this heavy thing, turning on all my weapons, putting some missiles into play. You can see a missile flying off and attacking. And there are different tiers of weapons. We have a lot of kind of conventional munitions, as you see in the show, and we also have, you know, really high-powered missiles like nuclear devices that create tremendous explosions in space.
So, how close is this to the show?
Yeah, everything that we've done is either sanctioned by the law of the show, you know, so heavily protected by Ron Moore and David Icke, who are the creators of the Reimagined series, or they're things that we've agreed with their team that fit the law but are new. One of the biggest problems that we had was that there weren't many ships in the Reimagined series of the show. So, you know, you have a Raider, heavy Raider, and then a Resurrection ship and a base star on the Cylon side, and then on the Colonial side you have, you know, a Viper, a Raptor, you know, and then, you know, a collection of the fleet that's been cobbled together. So to have true kind of, you know, massive fleet battles in a naval style, you need to have tiers of ships. So we've created 3 tiers, which are the fighters, which are our first tier, the second tier, which are escort ships, so smaller than big ships, but with great kind of positions for weapons. And then we have a third tier, which is what I'm flying in, which is
this is like a heavy cruiser.
This is like your battleship.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I'm getting some serious damage off these guys. So I've flown into a colonial sector and I've attacked them, and they're not very happy about it, so they're swarming me. I've got a couple of my guys helping out. But this is really the USP of this product. We've been able to create massive, dramatic PvP fights in space.
Nice. So tell me, let me ask a question about these fights. How massive are they? How many people are we talking in one sector?
We've been able to max out the engine to allow us to have 150 players all in one fight.
That would be chaotic.
It is absolute chaos, but it's a lot of fun as well.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, so 75 on each side, all with, you know, small ships, medium ships, big ships. It's a very exciting game to play. This guy is absolutely creaming me, by the way.
So are we going to see a ship explosion here? Is it going to be a problem?
You're going to see me explode imminently.
Oh goodness. So okay, yes. so when you with your characters in the game, is this your character? Is this ship you?
No, you have an avatar as well. So I have a Cylon avatar. You can just see it there. I'm called Metal Pig. Okay. And you know, so you go through it.
Do you want to announce that name louder so that when they see you in the game, they can?
Yeah, come and find Metal Pig and destroy me. That's fine. And so yeah, so I created an avatar. You know, it's a Cylon, and it's got certain bits of battle damage and different coloured pieces on its carapace and stuff like that. But there I go. Boom. Oh. Game over. And what will happen is I'll respawn now, so I'll be docked as my character in one of the craft in the game, in an outpost.
So how's the death penalty in this? As in, like EVE Online,
yeah,
you know, if you don't have insurance on your ship costs, I think, like half the value of the ship.
Yeah.
And if you don't have insurance, you have to just buy a whole nother ship again.
Yeah, I mean, we never tried to make EVE. We always tried to make our own game.
Well, yeah, but it's pretty severe in there.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't the only real penalty is that if you don't have an outpost in that sector, you reappear in another sector.
Okay.
So that means you have to FTL back into the environment if you want to continue in that battle. But a lot of combat is around outposts, so you tend to find that you kind of have the opportunity to respawn where you are, but then you have to just fly to where the action is happening. So it's not. We didn't want to penalise players like that, because we want to promote, you know, heavy PvP. And if it's too arduous to get back into the game, or or we ruin your stats, it's kind of a disincentive to come and re-engage in the fight.
So now that it's launched, what are we looking at for the future?
Yeah.
What can you tell me that's not in the public yet? Anything?
Well, I can allude to things that.
Oh, you can allude. Okay, let's do it.
One of the first things that we really wanted to do is, we want to add more content. So and early, because the great thing with Unity is it's very, very fast to create 3D models and assets and put them into our game.
By the way, if you don't know what Unity is, it's a great browser-based game engine.
Yeah, 3D engine.
And so this is running in a web browser. It's not. It's not. There's no huge client to download.
No, it's a very, very small install.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So what we're going to be able to give you really early is some new ships, and we're probably going to introduce some of the ships that we did miss from the show in the first version of the game. So we're probably looking around, the Mark 7 Viper, which has been heavily requested on our forums and by our community, who we always listen to. Yeah. And then to balance that out, we're also going to introduce a new Cylon fighter craft, which is in the show, but it doesn't appear very often. Okay. But it's absolutely awesome. So
you're working your way up to get ready for that?
Yeah. Well, we've done it. We've done a lot of the work already. It's been approved by Universal. It's just a question of how and when we introduce it.
That sounds awesome.
It is awesome. I'm really excited. And the other ships we want to put in, we want to put in some more larger ships, and we're heavily debating whether we put in a fourth tier of ship that would do something that would really help the wings and the squadrons that are in our game. Because we have some pretty significant wings in there, like 200 people. ABC clan is one of the big clans in there, and they've got like 250 players in there. And they're crying out for things that are aimed specifically at them. So you may see some larger ships.
Yeah, and it's also, I guess, an indication that you're listening to the players and trying to provide some of what they're asking for.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing about MMO is that it's never dead.
Correct, it's never done.
It's never finished.
Yeah.
So if you build things that we know that people want, then there's probably a greater chance they're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really listening all the time.
So speaking of building, I heard that you guys were hiring.
Yeah.
And in fact, hiring a whole bunch of people. And now you guys have studios here in San Francisco.
Correct.
And the rumor is adding like another 100 programmers.
Yeah.
For BSG and other games.
Correct.
So. Yeah, and so I just want to give a shout out to all of you who are in the industry or want to be in the industry and have some talent. It's career.bigpoint.net. It's a whole bunch of things that they're looking for here. So anyway, I like Bigpoint, and it might be a good place to work.
Yeah, it's a very cool
Actually,
place to work.
You could tell us. How do you like working there?
It's a really, really good company.
And I'm sure you've worked other places before.
I have.
And above the median line there, or?
Yeah, very much so. It's a very progressive company. A lot of the people that founded the company are still very young, and they want to achieve great things. And now, coming to the US, we really wanted to engage with IP. Hence, buying the rights to things like Battlestar Galactica, The Mummy. Yeah. We just announced we've got the Monsters rights from Universal, which is every monster that's ever been in any Universal movie.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
Which is totally cool. So if you want to work on a project that's got great IP, using things like the Unity 3D engine, which is some of the next pioneering technology, and work in a fun environment, fun company, then you should come and work with us.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Rob, thank you very much for showing this to us. And we'll hit you up again when you've got your next game out or your next release.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for your time.
Take care, everybody.
See ya.